How long does it take to choose who dies? In 78 seconds, I could either let my 7-year-old brother burn alive or watch my mom get crushed under a beam. The choice was mine. I took a long drive home after a late shift, enjoying the cool weather and clear roads, when I saw an orange glow from a distance near our home. I pressed on the pedal, hands sweating against the steering wheel. By the time I arrived, half the house was already up in flames and barely holding on. I stumbled out, screaming for my family, and heard them screaming my name back. They're alive, thank God. I rushed inside, dodging the falling pillars while I called out for them. I covered my nose with my sleeve and ran up the stairs. I found Mom trapped under a beam that had scratches on the side from her clawing. "Mom!" I called out. Mom yelled back, "Stop! No, get your brother! Don't help me! Please find him!" The sadness in her voice made the tears I'd been holding back suddenly fall and evaporate from the heat. "I'll be back." I moved down the hallway carefully, yelling for my brother Ruel. "Ruel, are you in here?" I called out. I reached for the doorknob and screamed out in pain when the metal burnt the top layer of my hand instantly. "Help me! I can't breathe! The fire's here!" His little fists pounding weaker and weaker. I stood there holding my injured hand, listening to Mom yell at me to save Ruel from the other room. I couldn't even believe this was happening. Just this morning, Ruel had learned to ride a bike for the first time, and Mom made him spaghetti to celebrate. We had done everything together, and I couldn't imagine a life without either one. But now, with the growing fire, I could only choose one. I only had enough strength and time to save one. "Please," Mom begged. "I need to know he's safe. I need to know one of my babies makes it out." Ruel went quiet, no longer pounding against the door. That silence was worse than screaming. The house creaked like a ship breaking apart. My legs moved before my brain decided. I backed up, ran at Ruel's door. My shoulder, already injured from doing sports at school, felt like it shattered. I screamed through the pain, yelling for Ruel's name while I jammed my shoulder into the door over and over. The door splintered open bit by bit until I managed to step inside and picked him up. I put my ear to his chest and heard a quiet wheezing. He was alive, for now. Behind me, Mom was crying, "Get him out! Don't worry about me, just go!" I pulled Ruel's body close to me and sprinted down the steps, ignoring the pulsating pain coming from the other shoulder. I laid him out on the grass. "Stay here," I said, not knowing if could even hear me. I stared back at the house, realizing it could collapse any minute, and still took the risk. I ran back inside and found Mom. I gripped at the beam and screamed, pushing against the beam with all my strength. It barely budged. I took a deep breath and pushed again. This time it moved less than an inch. "Mom, I can do this. I need you to push up when I tell you to." But Mom just smiled, tears streaming down. "No, baby. That's enough. You saved him and that's enough." The ceiling began making louder, more frightening noises. I coughed against the rising smoke, my own vision getting blurred. "Run, baby. Tell him Mommy loved him the most. I love you, baby." I slapped my face to keep myself awake. "I love you too, Mom, so much." I dug my fingernails into my palm and forced myself to run. I made it out just as the second floor collapsed in on itself. I rocked my brother back and forth, whispering that everything was going to be fine. And as if God enjoyed twisted jokes, 15 minutes later, the fire trucks arrived, and so did the rain. From the time I arrived to the time I got my brother out, it took only 78 seconds. When Ruel had woken up at the hospital, his heart spiked as he gasped and shouted for Mom. He saw me on the hospital bed beside him and yelled, "You said you were getting Mommy!" Even after we left the hospital, Ruel held that grudge against me. Some nights I find him staring at the rain. "If it had just come earlier," he says. "If only you didn't choose a night shift over family." That one stung. But he was right to call me a killer. The fire, the one that destroyed everything we'd ever loved, started because of me. Because of a candle I had left burning in my room.